One of the interesting questions we have to ask ourselves when serving God is, can I do more? Can I be more? We want to know also, as a husband, as a father, as a brother, maybe I could have done more. Rabbi Akiva, when he came to his rabbi, Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes, after Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes was put into excommunication by all the rabbis for many years through Rabbi Akiva, through the student of Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes. And Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkenes, when he saw his students before he died, he told Rabbi Akiva, after he told all the other students what their ends will be, he said, Rabbi Akiva, your end will be the harshest of all of my students. Why did Rabbi Akiva have such a difficult ending of his life, that his body, his flesh was pulled off of his body and sold in the marketplace? Because Rabbi Akiva, Rashi says, he had some Torah from Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes that he could have learned, and he didn't. And because Rabbi Akiva could have been a little bit higher, although he was such a great man, but he had some more he could have become, he was held accountable for that little more. All the Torah we have is from Rabbi Akiva. All the oral Torah of the Mishnah, the Zohar, the Midrash, it's all Rabbi Akiva. And you're telling me because he could have been a little bit more, he has it accountable against him that he didn't do what he could have done a little bit more? The answer is because a person is held accountable for what he could be. Not only what you've done wrong, but much more, you're held accountable for who you could be. Since Rabbi Akiva had a little bit more Torah, he could have learned for Yosef ben Horkenes, and he didn't, he was held accountable for that. We're supposed to mourn the students of Rabbi Akiva because we could have been a little bit more if Rabbi Akiva's students would have been around. We're supposed to mourn Nadav and Avihu because we could have been more if we would have had Nadav and Avihu. One of the hardest questions for us to answer in religion, in Jewish religion, is why do bad things happen to good people and why do good things happen to bad people? And the answer is, one of the many answers is, that sometimes that tzaddik, that good person, that he's not having a great life is because he could do more. And sometimes that rasha, that wicked person, he's having an okay life is because maybe he can't do more. So if this is such a big expectation of us to be the most we could be, and there's a drive that people feel that maybe I could be more, how do I know that maybe I can't be more? You know, Nadav and Avihu, they were punished because they were trying to jump spiritually too fast, too high. And because they were going above what they could be, they were punished. So how does a person know, maybe I could be more, maybe I can't be more? And the answer is, Nadav and Avihu, the reason why they were punished was because they went too high. If they would have had a rabbi, if they would have asked Moshe and Aaron how to behave, then they would not have fallen the way they did. Korach tried to be more, but because he didn't have a rabbi, he fell. And that's the exact point also with Rabbi Akiva. If Rabbi Akiva had Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes to ask, if he would have had a rabbi to ask about if there's more to learn from Rabbi Yosef ben Horkenes, then he would have had a clear answer. So how do we know if we could do more, if we can't do more? You'll never know yourself. You'll only know by asking your rabbi, your coach, your mentor. You don't want to pull yourself too thin. The word of stress in Hebrew is metach. And the word of stretching in Hebrew is matuach. What is stress? Stress is when you're pulling yourself to somebody who you can't even be. Make sure that you're doing the best you can and not more than that.